place where we collect all our bibs and all that, we organize the expo. These are all part of the planning which goes into things. Races and route. So just to tell you, our race starts at the lake and finishes in the Gachibowli Stadium. So this is the only one in the country we do a point to point. The reason being that the police, initially we thought it was not a good idea, but the police gave us this thing that as the last runner keeps moving, you will be able to open up traffic. So that's exactly what we do. So people who are not interested in this, on Sunday morning, they're just cursing us. Who are these guys, buddy, blocking the road, running for nothing. So all this kind of abuse is hurled on the entire thing. So registration process. So this was a lot of trial and error. Now we've actually, evolved a platform wherein we have our own payment gateway. We have a tie-up with an IT company for this entire effort. It's all part of a revolution. Marketing promotion, very honestly, we're very weak simply because the number one doesn't match. The funding is a very, very poor thing which we see. So we have to live up with all these and balance our things. And the marathon, the expo is one, the races, so it's a very big challenge. So somebody told me, asked me, listen, you guys organize this, how do you do it? It's like a wedding party. I tell them it's just not a wedding party. It is a multiple wedding party over a 42-kilometer route. So it's so difficult. Then volunteers. In the morning, you have to get them here and you have to deploy them all en route. You have to plan your aid stations. You have to do a whole lot of things. So I'll be showing you one video as to why we do what we do actually. Then the running amenities on the way. So as we are talking here, there are a lot of members from the Hyderabad runners seated here. At the end, I'm going to introduce them, and the race director is also here. Thanks to him, he's here. So a lot of these, what you're seeing here, it is complete. I might be the guy who is just talking, but there are a whole lot of people behind. The post-marathon, very honestly, it takes us a month or two to just close this race from giving our 8-hour footage to the police, thanking all the government officials, thanking every sponsor's dinner. You have people writing that, this guy was behind me, how can he finish in front of me? So these kind of things. So there have been cases of cheating, the whole lot of things going on, the feedback survey, and these are all the things. And what is interesting is all of these are just done by volunteers. The event management on the day of the event, we do hire an event manager to put up your arches or your publicity, posters, some other thing and all that. But everything else is managed by volunteers. So we have to plan for all the route options. So our route has evolved over the last 5 years. Now it's kind of stabilized, but this year, unfortunately, again, due to the work at Mindspace Junction, there might be a small diversion. Then aid stations, medical corridors. So as I talk to you, Care Hospitals who's been supporting us for the last 4 years. They deploy close to 250 medics and paramedics with 5 ambulances, everything. So for them, the Hyderabad Marathon is an actual, it's a what you call activity which prepares them to handle emergencies. Because they cannot simulate something like this. What happens today, you have a calamity where like what you had in France yesterday or something like that, or something, a natural calamity where 200, 300 people suddenly die or something. How do you handle that? So for them, the Hyderabad Marathon is actually a platform for them which keeps their emergency medicine department on their toes. Working on all permissions, this is very interesting, which I should probably tell you all. So this could not have been possible without the support of government. But it took a lot of effort for us to convince them. So the first time when we went and told them that we want to close the roads for 42 kilometers, they all thought that there's something wrong with all of us. Closing roads for 42 kilometers and all this, something wrong with these guys. And you ask them how many people are going to run, some 1,500 people, you want me to close the roads. And so we got the choicest of the words initially to begin with. But during the last 5 years, we have worked with them so hard. I'm glad that a lot of the police officials actually run our event. And as I talk to you, the National Police Academy, now it's part of the curriculum that the IPS probationers run the marathon. For me, it's very good because these are the guys who are going to give me permissions 5 years down the lanes. So just not me, every other this thing. So we already have a few of them who have now come into the thing. Yeah, I ran the Hyderabad Marathon in 2012. Don't worry about it, I know. So I'm so happy about it. So just to tell you that we actually coordinate with 14 police stations on the 42 kilometers route. with 2 commissioners of police, so many number of ACPs, DCPs, SIs and police constables. So that day you have close to around anything between 700 and 750 people, police deployed on the route. So it's so important because for them it's another Sunday activity, another day lost with their from their family. So it takes a lot of hard work for us to convince them that this is something good for the city. But I'm glad over a period of time that the police have understood, they appreciate what we're doing. And we've gone a step ahead. We have actually got a traffic study done, identifying the origin destination traffic from different parts, how it comes into the city, where they need to block, what signage needs to go in. So we spend a lot of hours working with various police people on this event. Similarly with GHMC. So they have so many departments, sanitation departments. Like, this is very interesting. At 3:30, 4 o'clock, one of our members is actually going there, sitting with the person, trying to get that, wake up that guy and put on the lights in Tank Bund area. So you have permissions, you have everything, but unless you work with them, it's not possible. So you have to be on your toes, trying to get all these people up and running, and so that's the thing. Similarly with the Buddha Purnima authorities, which gives us the People's Plaza, that's one more thing. And a whole lot of things, as I was telling you, goes into this organizing. So on the route, we have to get support of so many people. If there are any road closures, we have to manage it. So people come in the morning and tell, why are you blocking my thing? Sunday morning is gone, useless fellows, you're shouting. The volunteers take the abuses, and the volunteers and the section leads have to kind of manage that. So it's a lot of hard work, and it's very interesting. And we have volunteers coming back with the 4th year and 5th year, and some of them are very nicely written. Doesn't matter, Rajesh, once in a year I get this expletives, it doesn't matter. So what is for a good cause? And meeting with various government departments. So it's a lot of hard work. I'm sure, I mean, while I don't want to tell, there are a lot of IT companies which organize runs, and they cannot get a road closure for 5 kilometers also. So I know what has happened over there. The other marathon tasks, these are all part of it, designing creatives, supplies and logistics. We kind of serve close to around 1.2 lakh paper cups that day, and we have 25,000 liters of water. Then, I mean, the numbers are, I mean, if I want to tell you some 1.2 tons of bananas, biscuits, everything needs to go across everywhere to this thing. So we serve last year, first 4 years we had packed breakfast we gave, but last year we went in for a hot breakfast simply because it was very difficult because a lot of food was getting wasted. So we served hot breakfast, and the caterer thought it was a very, very interesting thing for me. He's never done that in his 30 years of catering. So people are just coming and they're eating. And initially we told it's for 7,000 or 8,000 people. So even I don't have a count how many numbers thing. He charged me for 8,000 plus. I don't know if 8,000 people ate or not, but I'm just telling you. Then photography and videography. So every time we have had this is a big issue. So I remember the first set of photographers and videographers I got for that, they didn't realize the magnitude of the event when I told them that you have to do videography for the event. They thought some start point, some finish point, nothing. And then suddenly I realized it's so big. So we generate close to around 25 to 30 hours of footage, which we actually submit to the police in this thing. Run-up premium, the results and rules. So it's RFID technology which is used for this, because you realize in many of the running races, people are starting and everybody wants to start first. That is the old style. So we use RFID. So I'm sure a lot of you people here understand RFID, so I didn't want to get into it. Then entertainment. A race director is here is so thing about there should be no dull moment on the route. Apart from the 3,500 volunteers, last time we put 15 to 20 bands on the route. You had kids from schools playing bands and all that. You had NGOs, like you had this entity known as Save the Rocks. They put up a stall, they were trying to tell that all these rocks are being brought down. So it's very important. Hyderabad Deccan is very important. So different people use us for various causes to reach out. Entertainment, spectators and public engagement. If you've seen the New York Marathon thing, they have 1.5 million spectators coming on. And in certain places, it's 20 to 30 feet deep. And this is somewhere we have actually, I don't know if you've failed or probably as the city of Hyderabad, we have still not been able to create that kind of awareness. But we want to get there, and I think this is a great forum. I've been trying to reach out to HICI and all those people that if the companies can send it out. So what I realized is the companies can be good, but home is where the heart is for everybody. So on a Sunday morning, if your company is going to tell, come and cheer, I don't think it's going to happen. So it has to go to the houses and all that. So we've been reaching out to gated communities. We're present in 15 to 20 gated communities where we do this Couch to 5K program and everything to get people to lead active lifestyles, and that's how we've been getting there. Green initiatives. So last year around just some 75 kilos of waste was not, I would say, recycled. Everything else was recycled what we did. From your paper cups to the food to the metallic waste to the, the plastic, everything was recycled. So while we are trying to see reduce, reuse and recycle, so recycling is something we're doing, but we're getting there, reduce and reuse, because very easy. I mean, I can vouch for it today that on 28th of August, after the race is over, 3 hours, take a drive down the route. If any of you find any paper cups, you can catch me. I can give you this thing on this. I'm talking about a paper cup so small. I'm just telling you, if you find it, please come back to me. So much care is taken on what we are doing. Media, hospitality, promotion, VIP coordination. So VIPs, we have the people coming on the road, what it is. All I need is, as you realize, Hyderabad is, the public transport is just not that great. Okay, so it's a very difficult thing, people trying to reach the finish area, and in between you have the VIPs coming in, sometimes crossing, the cars crossing at junctions. So it's a very, very difficult thing to do what we're doing. But we still would continue and persist simply because this is all about this. So before I go to the next slide, I'll go with the next slide and then I'll show you this video, which is a very, very important thing video. So I'm telling you about all this. So today, how many people are there? And if there are a couple of people who are from human resource departments of companies, can they raise their hands? Big companies, nobody? Anybody part of the CSR teams or the companies or anything? Okay, so sir, you don't need to tell me your company's name for whatever issue of confidentiality. So how many volunteer hours do you think as a company you're doing what you're doing? 5 hours. No, I'm talking, so year long, how much do you think you'll be able to? How many employees totally?
Right. Okay. In the CSR activity, we have around 12 employees.
12. Okay, fine. So this is the thing. So any other company which probably this is, how many employees in your company, sir? 700 plus. Okay. So do I assume that you have around 10 to 15,000 hours in a year volunteer? Okay, great. Any other company? Yeah.
So we have approximately 40,000 employees here, and approximately around, I would say, 5,000 plus people do some kind of CSR activities. And not everyone, but yeah, most of the people are at least giving 100 to 200 hours.
No. Ballpark, just give me how many hours you think you might be doing?
Yeah, maybe around last year it was around, I would say, close to 1 lakh hours for the company.
Okay, so this is a big company. Any other company?
Yeah, we have 13,000 people employees, and we do monthly programs. And every alternate Sundays, we conduct programs and we do CSR activities.
Yeah, the number of hours you think you might be doing in a year?
Approximately, I think 80 people in a week.
No, so can you tell me, is it 5,000 hours, 10,000 hours, 50,000?
Yeah, it's close to 5,000 plus hours.
Okay, fine. So we just had 3 companies, 700 people, 13,000 and 40,000. So if I were to pose a question to all of you, how many hours do you think we volunteer for an event of this kind? Any wild guesses? Any wild guesses? Because I've just told you the magnitude of the event and what we are doing. Any wild guess? I know Mr. Srinivas Rao was, I don't know, in the morning session, I know somebody was telling me that.
10,000 hours.
Okay, one guess. Anything else? Okay, I don't know, he just added a 0 or how he guessed. So anyway, this is the number. Last year it's 94,628 hours. And this just for the marathon, it does not include the activities of the Hyderabad marathon Hyderabad runners during the rest of the year. And this you're talking about, everything here is, we didn't round off things just because we wanted a 0 at the last or what are the even number. But this is actually, so the first HMCT is we have a core team which meets up every Saturday to work on this. The office bearers, which me and other people, so many number of occurrences we had last year. The expo set up in first, one occurrence. Expo day 150 volunteers. Expo day, the 3K and 5K run, how many people? Race day setup, race day, college volunteers at Expo 1, Expo 2, 3K and 5K run, race day, medical partners, then partners, government including police, everybody, sponsors and others. Total hours is 94,628 man hours for an event of this kind. So I'm just telling you the magnitude of the event, and so that's where we stand. And this could have not been possible if we were to do a proper profit setup or do anything. It's not possible. So we just kind of dip into the passion and the affinity which we have developed with our members, very, very deep into it. So next I'd like to show one video which sums up entire thing of what I've done. So can I have the video, please? So what goes into the making of the marathon? While I've told you these, but let's listen from what people are telling. Video number 3. So this video is 2013, but it's still applicable, okay?
Organization is fantastic.
I couldn't fault it at all.
Our goal is to deliver an experiential event for every single runner.
This is the expo setup which we talked about. This is the stadium area.
There are many challenges to making such an event.
Biggest challenge is that we are all a bunch of volunteers.
Organizing the relay marathon, it's a huge challenging task.
Traffic is a big challenge.
That is a challenge, but that is also one of our biggest strengths.
We want to make sure that each and every participant completing this relay and cherishing these memories forever.
Our whole goal is take care of the runners, keep the runners happy.
An event as big as Airtel Hyderabad Marathon actually ensures good waste disposal measures. What happens is awareness grows.
Souls for Souls, which is a unique way of creating awareness among people in Hyderabad, collecting footwear from people not using it. Our idea was to collect these footwear and give it to the poor.
I encourage people not only run for their own cause, for their own health benefits. They also run for select their own charity organization and run for their organization.
You of course see the people running. You see the spectators cheering them on, and what you may see but not notice is the people who are helping them do that, the volunteers.
You make implicit and explicit promises to every single runner that they will have a great run. To live up to that standards, one has to work very, very hard.
Almost 50-60% of the people who have put this event have spent a lot of their personal time and effort to get this event. So it's a very big challenge because you're just getting a set of people who are passionate about running to organize something.
We have been taking care of numerous data that is coming to our place from numerous directions. We also take care of the offline mode of registrations.
And the way we work is like, I would say 2 parts passion and then 10 parts adrenaline.
Fantastic part about this group is they have a passion for running.
You may be an engineer, you may be a doctor, you may be working in the night or day shifts. Then there is this is part of your life.
Our passion for running and our passion for organizing, our passion for delivering an international quality running event in Hyderabad, that is limitless.
Have some amazing individuals who put in effort and to bring this whole event together.
There are about 6 areas
we need to get the permissions. We are getting more government participation, more involvement.
Great cooperation from the administration, city administration.
Inspires a lot of people to run in a community, come together from various walks of life.
In the synergy of the entire thing and combined with the passion that we all share, that's what keeps us going.
We all are like a family.
Our reputation is growing every year.
First year we organized the expo in a college, last year it was in a hotel, and now we're glad that we are organizing in HITEX. It just shows the state of the event, how big it has become.
The expo is the first point of contact with runners and an event of celebration. It's a great festival.
That's our USP. The route is something, I've not seen anything like that.
We have set a benchmark for races in India, which I think will be very, very hard to beat.
Beyond our expectations in terms of success, and, both in terms of the number of participants we had, the enthusiasm of participants. I think it's been quite overwhelming.
All the participants who have just completed